I'll send the links in general what you need. Was it? I think it was this one. Yeah, it's installed. Okay. There's also Moon Animator if you want to get it after this. But it is paid though, so keep that in mind. And then there's this one. So these two would be your essentials. Either one of them is fine. They do the same thing. All they do is just connect the parts to each other. I'll explain how that works in a second. Actually, we can start with that because it's pretty simple. So there's two kinds of connections that you can use. Oh, from these plugins at least, I'm gonna use this one or not because it's fucking broken. First of all, you need to make these into models, so otherwise it's not gonna detect anything. Where did I put it? Vombo. Oh yeah, it's right here. So there's two ways you can do it. You can use a joint or you can just use weld. The only difference really is that if you weld them together, they're gonna move as one thing. But if you do a joint, you can pretty much move them individually, like how a humanoid works right here. So all of these are connected by joints, so you can move the arms separately. If they were welded, you wouldn't be able to move them at all. So I'm gonna try welding them first. You're gonna select them. You can see if you shift left click, it's gonna say which one is connected to which one. 0 is your main. It's only useful for joints because if you move this one, like let's say you connect them like this. If you move this one and they're connected by a joint, the whole thing is gonna move. But if you only move this one, it's only this one is going to move. Hope that's understandable. Yeah, it used to be free, but now it's paid, sadly. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how that works. So you click create joints to create joints, obviously. I'm gonna use Moon Animator if that's fine. I'm just showing them to you. I don't think it's gonna work like that, no. Sorry, my bad. I forgot to. Okay, I'll show it in a bit because you have to set it up to actually actually I think I can show it on a humanoid. Like if I were to do this, I'm gonna show the difference between welding and joints. It's gonna look weird. Just trust the process here, guys. So this one's going to be joint and this one's gonna be a weld. So if I open this and just do this, add this guy. Okay. Forgot to rename it. Okay, so you have this guy. So see how you can move the joint? Like there's a bone. What we call this is a bone. Like you can move this, but there's nothing over here because this is welded. So if I were to move this, it moves with it. But there's nothing that I can move. Since this is a joint, it also moves with it, but you can also move this one. That's basically the difference. What you would pretty much use this is for like gun parts, like the like the slides or magazines, all sort of stuff like that, which I'll show in a bit. Hi Sigma, hi Sigma. It's pretty much it on the ways of connecting things together. We're gonna move into the animating part. Oh yeah, I also forgot there's another essential that you should probably get. This is an avatar importer. Or avatar inserter, this thing, I think. I think all of them work, but I'd probably use this one if you don't have Moon Animator. I'm gonna edit this one. Yeah, because of course you want like importable stuff. But luckily the Moon Animator has one inbuilt, so if you have Moon Animator, you don't need it. What was I gonna show? Oh yeah, getting into animating, sorry. So for those without Moon Animator, that's gonna be the first part. You're gonna have to click on this thing, go to avatar, and go to animation. I'm not sure if you guys still have the old UI. I don't even know if that's still possible to go back to revert to the old UI. I wish you could, because I hate this new one. And you're pretty much gonna select your thing and then click animate. Oh, I already have something imported. I'll just create a new one. Okay. So what you see here to the left is where you're gonna see all of the things that you can move. Right now it's not added. To add what you want to animate, you can add them individually if you want to, keep it clean. But you can also just click on add all body parts, which I'm gonna do because it's just simpler, more simple. Oh, it is? That's a bummer. But yeah, this here is the track. That's where you're gonna see these little dots and all that stuff. Pretty sure you can edit this as well for like time. We'll look in a minute. So if I were to move just something on just move it, you can see dots appear. That's basically gonna be what you call a keyframe. It's what tells the animation basically to move it wherever you animate it. I'll do this, move it back. Okay, so now if I just press start, so I explained it wrong. All right, give me a sec. Okay. So what you want to do first, what I always do usually is just add a keyframe. So that's gonna be your starting point. It's usually useful for me at least. And then you start animating whatever you want. What most animation plugins and programs have is like automatic like easing and stuff like that. So if I were to press start, you can see that it moves just like that. Which is where we come to easing. You can go right here, easing styles. What it is basically is just like making it smooth or like adding extra stuff to your animation, which I'll show in a second. There we go, that rotates in a good way now. Also, the thing with animating is that when rotating, it's gonna rotate the quickest way. So now that it's forward, it's gonna rotate this way. But if I were to rotate this back, it's gonna rotate backwards like that. So you wanna make sure that if you do like full straight forward, like up, it's gonna probably choose it the back. So you probably wanna add an in between like that. There you go. You just fixed it. Or you can just like rotate it ever so slightly forward, and then that also fixes it. You really have to keep that in mind. Or to animate with a tool, you're gonna go into avatar, you're gonna click on your dummy, and then you're gonna click on animation. And then this whole thing is gonna pop up for you. Yeah, it can work, yeah. I think it also depends on which way it's facing, but yeah. So now easing is gonna be... So what you're gonna do if you wanna add easing, you're gonna right click. You're gonna go to easing styles. There's two ways, or sorry, there's easing styles and easing direction. Constant. It's gonna be basically just a single, like all of these have shapes that are pretty much coded in. You'll know what I mean when I get to the moon animator part. So we're gonna try elastic. Like you see it's kind of weird because that's gonna be used for other things. I mean, you can try them out. What works for you? We probably move it further down. Might look better like that. Yeah, so you can see it bounces like that. Like you can do all sorts of things you want. You can do... Okay, I just showed that one. There's also directions, which I'll show in a sec. Yeah, like this one is pretty much just starts off slow and then picks up speed, like you can see. And you can, with the direction, you can change how it behaves. If I put it out, it's gonna start quick and then slow down like that. There you go. With in out, it's gonna blend the both worlds, and it's gonna start slow, pick up speed, and then slow down. There you go. Just... yeah, there's another way if you want. Like you don't have to use easing styles. There's some people don't like them because it's not very customizable. So what you can do is turn off the easing back to linear and in. You can add keyframes like your own. You can basically make your own easing if you want with linear. Just using linear. If I do this, like, okay, I just made something very bad, but you get the point. You can make, basically, if you make a bunch of keyframes like this with linear easing, you can make all sorts of easing styles that you want, which is pretty cool and handful if you want professional looking animation. What else is there for? We're gonna talk about exporting and how to use your animation. There's also this thing where you can toggle the loop. If you toggle that, it's gonna keep on playing. So when you loop things, it's not gonna actually like smooth back to the start like you would expect. It's actually just gonna jump back. So what you can do is basically if you want, you can copy these and then just mirror it back. What you could do, let me do it really quickly. So if I take this and then add it like here, then take that and then add it here. So now we've made a complete animation. Basically the start and the finish is the same keyframe. So what it's gonna do is not very amazing. So I forgot this was the wrong keyframe. There we go. So now it does that. That's basically how you loop an animation. You take the last keyframe and you add it at the end. And then if you want, you can do an entirely different thing for this. Like it doesn't have to go back. You can also just do that. And then goes like that. Like you can basically do anything. It's just the only thing that matters is the end keyframe is the same as the starting one. That's how you loop it. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about you can edit the time if you want. You can also cut it off, so it's like 0.47 here. I can just do that, I think. Can I not go below? I don't think I can go below. Change scrubber time length. Yeah, I don't think you can go below unless no. Okay. It's kind of a bummer if you wanna do. I think it might be automatic that it detects, that it ends there. I'm not sure about that. Like I don't actually use Roblox. Like Roblox is built in Animator because it's, in my opinion, it's very very limited to what you can do. You can like do most things that you'd get from like commissions and stuff like that, but it's still like very very just bare bones of what you can do. Okay, so now that you have a complete animation, you can go save it if you want. I'm just gonna save it as rotating arm. And what you can do, oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this. There's a thing called animation priority. This is what you can see back here. This thing. What that basically does is there's priorities to animations. Like what that means is for example, when your character walks, you know how their arms, swing back and forth. That's considered a core animation because that's part of the game itself. Like, Roblox is animation. It's part of the game itself. And if you were to add, let's say, an item like a gun, you're going to use action, most likely, or something else. Like this is basically layering animations. Core is the lowest you can go. You can't go any lower than that. Idle is the next. So if there's a core animation, the idle one is going to override it. So if there's animations on the arm and it's idle, it's going to override the core arm animations. Hope that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that's pretty much it for this. You can also do publish to Roblox. This is how you're gonna access your animation. Just gonna save it. And when you save it, you're gonna use this ID over here. You can just copy it. Then if you have something, let's say a part, something, animation, some script. There you go. You can just paste it in here, and the script will be able to use this animation like correctly. It's gonna work. You just need the parts that it used. Like it used the humanoid that it's gonna need. It's gonna need an actual humanoid. Yeah. I explaining from like bare, like the very beginning of everything. Okay. So I've set up some stuff over here beforehand. This one's gonna be how to make sitting, like a sitting animation. I have a script set up and everything. I think. Yeah, I do have it. Okay. I should probably save this and send it in a bit. I'm gonna do this with a Roblox animator and show you that you don't need to pay to make things. Like you don't need to pay for Mood Animator to make things work. Probably gonna move the guy into it first. I'm just gonna basically position him. Okay. So you don't need to actually add anything else. You can just start animating immediately. Because it's gonna be still, like it's just gonna be a single keyframe animation unless you want like breathing animations added to it or stuff like that. You're gonna just basically try and pose him in a very realistic way. Like, I mean, best thing when you're starting out is basically look at references, all sorts of references. If you don't know how something looks, it's very helpful. So there I've got a basic sitting animation. And what you're gonna do is just you can save it as well. It's not really necessary, but I guess I'll do that. And then you're gonna go to animation and then set it as you can set it as anything, but I'm just gonna set it as idle probably. Reaction is fine. And then I'm gonna publish it to Roblox. Now that it's published, I'm gonna copy that ID. If I come out, yeah. I'll copy that ID and put it in animation. There you go. And now it should work if I'm pretty honest. Oh, got that. Amazing. Yeah, there you go. It's plays the animation. It's amazing, bro. I know. Yeah, that's how you can use animating in one way, which is, I think, pretty useful if you want custom sitting, stuff like that. Okay, now we're gonna probably switch to the more advanced stuff with this